Welcome, football fans, to this NFL Divisional Round review for the 2025 NFL Playoffs on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And we kicked off Divisional Round weekend on Saturday when we seen the Houston Texans travel to take on the number 1 seed Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. And we would see a dominant performance from the Kansas City Chiefs defense as they were able to sack quarterback CJ Stroud 8 times in this matchup against the Houston Texans offense that were able to run the ball pretty well, but unfortunately were not able to get the victory in this one as the Chiefs win this one 23-14 after tight end Travis Kelce caught 7 passes for 117 yards and a touchdown. And now we see tight end Travis Kelce adds to his historic NFL career as he's now the first in all-time postseason history in receptions and second all-time in reception yards and reception touchdowns, trailing only the GOAT Jerry Rice in NFL postseason history as the Kansas City Chiefs are moving on to their 7th straight AFC Championship game as their defense led the way here, shutting down the Houston Texans. But the Houston Texans make NFL history of their own as they become the first team in NFL history in the postseason to outgain their opponent by over 100 total yards and have 0 turnovers in this game and still lose. That's right, even though the defense put up a good performance for the Houston Texans, it was not enough to stop Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs as they're moving on to the AFC Championship and the Houston Texans are going home. Then guys, next up on Saturday night, we've seen the Washington Commanders travel to take on the Detroit Lions, the number 1 seed in the NFC Conference. And guys, we would see the Commanders get the upset victory 45-31 after the defense for Washington came up big with a bunch of crucial turnovers, including quarterback Jared Goff, who actually finished with one hell of a day in this one with 313 yards passing, but 3 interceptions proved to be crucial in this one, including a fumble, and one of these was actually a pick 6. So the Commanders get the big victory, and now they advance to the NFC Championship game with this victory as they upset the number 1 seed on the road, and the Commanders are on fire as we see quarterback Jaden Daniels continues to make NFL history in his rookie season as he becomes the first rookie ever to throw for almost 300 passing yards and rush for over 50 yards in this NFC divisional round. What a big performance as he also becomes the 3rd NFL rookie quarterback ever to make the conference championship game in his rookie season as he led the way with 299 yards passing, 2 touchdown passes, and he also had 51 yards rushing to have over 350 total yards in this matchup as they get the victory. And the defensive injuries actually came back to bite the Lions in the butt, even though their offense was tremendous as we see Jahmyr Gibbs had over 100 yards rushing and 2 rushing touchdowns. He would even add in the passing game with 6 catches for 70 yards, so almost 200 total yards by himself. Amon-Ra St. Brown with 8 catches for 137 yards, but it was not enough as there was too many mistakes, too many turnovers, and now the Commanders are moving on and the Lions are going home after a historical season. It falls short, unfortunately, as they make NFL history themselves, the Detroit Lions do, as they become the 2nd 15-win team in NFL history to lose their playoff opener. A tough break for the Detroit Lions. So guys, we move on to Sunday, where we see the Los Angeles Rams travel to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Divisional Round playoffs, and we would see the Eagles fight off the Rams' late charge at the end of this to get the victory 28-22 after running back Saquon Barkley puts the team on his back as he had 26 carries for 205 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns in this matchup as they get the victory here, and they're moving on to the NFC Championship game. And you got to give kudos to the Los Angeles Rams. Their defense put up a very good fight in this one, getting to quarterback Jalen Hurts 7 times in this matchup as they were able to get 7 sacks and force a few turnovers in this one. But unfortunately, it would be the Philadelphia Eagles who would come out on top with their their defense getting to quarterback Matthew Stafford for 5 sacks, and they were also able to stop a last-second drive, getting a couple of turnovers, but on the last drive of the game, they stopped quarterback Matthew Stafford and this Rams offense from getting the game-winning touchdown as they win 28-22, and the Rams are going home, but the Eagles move on, and they will take on their NFC East division foe, the Washington Commanders, as Philly will host the NFC Championship game in this one. And man, we've seen the Commanders and the Eagles split the season series, with the Commanders getting the lead in their getting the win in their last matchup in week 16. So this is going to be a very interesting NFC Championship game. Then guys, to cap off Sunday Night Football, we would see the Baltimore Ravens travel to take on the Buffalo Bills in snowy Buffalo, especially after we've seen all the snow in Philly in that game. We now had seen another snow game here as the Buffalo Bills were able to get the 27-25 victory over the Baltimore Ravens, and Lamar Jackson threw for 254 yards and 2 passing touchdowns in this game, and also had a few rushing yards in this one as he finishes with 50 yards or 39 yards rushing on 6 attempts. But 3 costly turnovers from quarterback Lamar Jackson proved to be the difference in this one, as we seen Lamar Jackson threw an interception and also had a fumble that was recovered by the defense. But also we seen tight end Mark Andrews also have a fumble in this one as well. But at the end of the game, we would see quarterback Lamar Jackson have a chance to tie the game on a 2-point conversion, and with Mark Andrews, his tight end, wide open, Andrews drops the ball going into the end zone. And that's it for the Ravens as they're going home, and the Buffalo Bills are advancing to the AFC Championship game as they finish 8-0 at home this season, undefeated in the playoffs and during the regular season. What an accomplishment for this Buffalo Bills team, as nobody believed they could make it here, but now they've done it, and they will move on to take on the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. And that's going to be one hell of a game, guys, as we see quarterback Josh Allen in this one finishes with only 127 yards passing in the game, but really controlled the ball throughout, especially in the second half, as they had 147 yards rushing, and we've seen 2 touchdown runs from quarterback Josh Allen in this one to lead his team to victory. And now he'll take on Patty Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Conference Championship game, as those games have been set. As we see here at 3 o'clock on Sunday, we will see the Washington Commanders travel to take on the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles open up as a 5.5-point favorite in that matchup with a point total of expected of 47.5. So look out, this is going to be a very, very good matchup in the NFC conference. And guys, in the AFC, the matchup we've all been waiting for. The Buffalo Bills were the only team to legitimately beat the Kansas City Chiefs this season after they rested all their starters in the last week of the regular season for their second loss of the year against the Broncos. This now means it's Buffalo versus the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. It's Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, and this should be one hell of a matchup. As we see early on, KC opens up as a 1.5-point favorite. I'm sure this number's about to change, especially with a 48.5-point total expected in this matchup. And man, this is going to be one hell of an AFC Championship game. And guys, this has been your NFL Divisional Round review from Tim Reynolds Show for the 2025 NFL playoffs. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here on the channel. Please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, football fans, for liking and subscribing and supporting Tim Reynolds Show, this football-loving sports entertainment YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to bring you more football content, as we will see some epic championship games next week in the AFC and the NFC, and I can't wait to bring you guys here right here on Tim Reynolds Show. So make sure you check out my live play-by-plays for more NFL games throughout the season until we get to the Super Bowl. Thank you guys so much. Peace out, everybody, from Tim Reynolds Show. Let's fucking go.